Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. Great, grand rising, and welcome to this holy time, this sacred space. Your daily antiviral message, living beyond the virus, and this is day 20. Yes. Today I want to welcome mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers. I want to welcome Big Mama and Medias. I want to welcome nanas and aunties and uncles and cousins and stepmoms and stepdads. I want to welcome adoptive moms and dads from every city, every state, every country that is represented and continues to show up here in this thread. And if we think about the roles that we play in our lives and the relationships that we have in our lives, we will see the many channels of love and connection that are available to us. And if you're new to this thread, come on in and sit a while. Sit a spell, as my grandmother would say. Come on in and sit a spell. You are welcome here. And I give thanks for the day and to the opportunity to connect with people from all over the world. I'm going to turn this way because the light back there is a little disconcerting, okay? I want to welcome you all. So let's just take a moment and hold hands virtually. Just hold hands virtually and connect heart to heart, yeah? And welcome each other as we come in and receive each other as we come into the thread. Here we are once again together to be in our hearts, to sit with our hearts and to practice how to be steady, how to be strong, how to be loving, how to be calm, remain calm during this time that I'm calling a reset, a shake up for a wake up. We can call it a crisis, or we can engage it as an opportunity. But regardless of what we choose individually, we gather here to recognize, to acknowledge, and to master the power and presence of our divinity, yeah? Every day. So I don't know if you're still fired up from Friday, but it's Monday, and so we begin. Breath, enhances your overall well-being, and breath reminds us of life. Breath keeps us connected to the source. So let's breathe together, yeah? As you're coming in, good morning from everywhere. Let's just take a nice long inhale and a slow, complete exhale. We're inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. And as we breathe together, let's set an intention to defy anything and everything that would challenge our right and capacity to breathe fully. So today, let's practice our releasing breath, okay? Because I want to keep reminding you of the skills and tools that you do have. So if you've been with me, you know what it is. For the new people, a releasing breath, we start with an erect spine. Our head is forward. And we're going to inhale as we turn our head as far as possible over the right shoulder, and exhale as we go all the way across to the left shoulder, and then we come back to center, okay? So we inhale, going over the right shoulder. We exhale, going over the left shoulder, and then we come back to center. And we do that. So what we're going to do today is you do the breath and I will do the speaking, okay? And that way you don't have to try to breathe and speak at the same time. And for those who are new or those who may have forgotten, when we do this breath, we're cutting across all the energy lines that surround the body to release tension, to release toxins, to release the mental and emotional cooties, okay? So you think and I'll say the words, okay? Straight body, head forward, all right? And we're going to inhale and go to the right. Inhale, I'm choosing to release fear. Exhale, I'm releasing fear now. back to center. Inhale, I'm choosing to release tension. Exhale, I'm releasing tension now. Back to center. Inhale, I'm choosing to release anxiety. Exhale, I'm releasing anxiety now. Back to center. Inhale, I'm choosing to release worry. Come on, deep inhale. Exhale, I'm releasing worry now. Back to center. I'm choosing to release impatience. Exhale, I'm releasing impatience now. Back to center. Come on, long deep inhale. To the right, I'm choosing to release trauma. Exhale, I'm releasing trauma now. Back to center. Long deep inhale through the nose. Slow, complete exhale through the nose. Yeah, worry, tension, anxiety, impatience. Just keep breathing. And just be aware of where you are right now. Just notice any sensations you're feeling in your body. Any tightness, any tension. Nothing to do, just be aware. Be aware of where you are right here, right now. Be aware of the sound of my voice. Any sounds in the room. Just listen. Come present. Notice. Be aware. Nothing to do. Just be aware. I don't know how you'll do the breath and type, but okay. Good morning from Louisville, Kentucky, and Arizona, and Little River, South Carolina. Good morning, Harlem, Brooklyn. Good morning, Virginia. Good morning, Charlotte. Good morning. Much prayer for you, Philadelphia and Detroit and Louisiana. Good prayer. So remember, I told you that going forward, as long as we can be here today and rise together each day, that Monday is going to be a teaching day, because I want to give you some things that you can work with throughout the week, okay? So I ask that you bring a pencil and some paper, or you don't have to, you can do that, because you can always go to my YouTube channel, Iyanla Vanzant, and replay this, because I think it's easier to stop and start there. I don't know about IGTV. I know we're there, but I don't know how to stop and start there. But you can go back and listen and take the notes, okay? If you don't have a good morning, Canada. Good morning, Buffalo. If you don't have the pencil and paper now, morning, Be More. Morning, all of Maryland, okay? And Douglasville, Georgia. If you don't have the paper and pencil now, you can go back and to the YouTube channel and replay this, so you can stop and start and take the notes. I just want to encourage you to please use this information to support yourself as we go through this shake up for a wake up, this reset, okay? And yes, there's things going on in the world, but imagine that this is a time, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, that we can just set ourselves to live on the other side of this experience, because what we do today is going to create our future. And if we keep pouring, more and more news about what's going on, you have all day to do that. 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 15 minutes, or not at all. Nairobi, Kenya. Good evening, Nairobi. Houston, good evening. Okay? And so just use this information. I just want to encourage you, Portland and Ivory Coast, to use this information. Okay, I want to greet everybody as they come in. People are everywhere, so imagine that we're all here together, holding hands and touching hearts and being here together. I've just been talking so that you can go get your pencil and your paper. Because this is a lesson, okay? And then, we do other things during the week, but I really want you to have this information. I think it will be helpful to you. Maybe, maybe not, because we know some people come in the thread just to criticize, and we're just going to bless them and send them off to their place. Let me just say this. Y'all are so wonderful. I love you so much. So listen, I don't have the corona, okay? People say, oh, Iyanla, I hear you sniffing. You need to check that out. No, I have many, many years ago, when I was in a bad relationship, my husband broke my jaw, okay? And it did something to something in the wear somewhere. And so it's the weirdest thing. When I put on eye makeup, it causes that thing to leak or drip or whatever. It's amazing. I don't know what it is. So that's why sometimes you'll hear me go, nothing's really coming, but it feels like it is because whatever is back there in the face thingy got broke, okay? All right. But I'm better now. That was many years ago. That was over 30 years ago. But, things happen, okay? So I hope you have your pencil. I hope you have your paper. Let's take a breath. Today, let us send light, love, and healing energy to all of those in the midst of experiencing the virus, whether they're in the hospital on a ventilator or home, whether they're in a nursing home or waiting to be seen in an emergency room. Let's send them healing white light, healing energy, and love. Again, let's just hold hands across this nation and around this world to see, feel, imagine, intended to be so, that we are all connected through our hearts, that we are powerful. And we call in the violet transmuting flame, a universal healing energy to neutralize and transmute the presence of the virus in every hospital, every nursing home, every home, for every person who is now being affected by the virus. And silently, we communicate. This need not be. This virus need not be. And we now deny its right to exist. And we breathe. Join me in placing your hand over your heart. And I invite you to repeat these words silently or aloud with the intention that every person, regardless of their age or their race or their location, anyone who in this moment is in the experience of the virus, that their highest, most holy self will receive and accept the energy of these words. Let's breathe. May you be healed. May you regain radiant health. May you breathe with ease. May you be safe from inner and outer harm. And we breathe. Our inspirational reading today comes from welcoming the unwelcome, okay? Living wholeheartedly in a broken-hearted world. And this book is by Pema Chodron, who is an American-born Buddhist nun and a beloved spiritual teacher. And this is what she has written. It is said, if we want to learn about our past, we should look at our present circumstances, for they are the result of past actions. If we want to learn about our future, we should look at what we're doing right now. The latter is more helpful to think about. There's nothing we can do to change the past and the present, but the future is unwritten. What we do right now will help create the future, which is not just our own future, but the future we share with many. Every word we speak, every action we perform affects our future. But where do actions and words come from? They all start in the mind. When we indulge in anger, fear, resentment, obsession, or self-righteous thinking, we create several problems for ourselves. First, we suffer the immediate pain of those thoughts and emotions. Then, we often act out in ways that cause harm for ourselves and others. Finally, we reinforce a habit that we would be better off without. Goodness knows. The last result is the most insidious one. In brain science, there's a lot of talk these days about neuroplasticity. Our habits are grooves in the brain which get deeper and deeper as we follow our usual thought patterns. There's no way out of a habit as long as we keep following the same rut. But when we interrupt our habitual behavior and go against our normal propensities, we start to establish a new pattern in the brain. That is good right there. When we understand that there are repercussions to everything we do, say, think, even feel, we are inspired to maintain PAYU, discernment, heedfulness, awareness, attentiveness, and mindfulness as much as possible. Okay? Consider this affirmation for today and repeat it as often as you can throughout the day. This is actually lesson 27, 28, 29, and 30 in A Course in Miracles. I just strung them together, and they say, above all else, I want to see. Above all else, I want to see things differently. God is in everything I see because God is in my mind. And we breathe. Yeah. I want to start here this morning with the lyrics of a song that is 45 years old. Okay? And it was sung by one of my favorite artists who was also a childhood friend of my brother. The artist, Mr. Teddy Pendergrass. The song, Wake Up Everybody. In fact, I'm going to put the link in the thread today so that you can go and listen to the song that says, wake up everybody. No more sleeping in bed. No more backward thinking. Time for thinking ahead. The world has changed so very much from what it used to be. There is so much hatred, war, and poverty. Wake up all the teachers. Time to teach a new way. Maybe then they'll listen to what you have to say, because they're the one who's coming up and the world is in their hands. When you teach the children, teach them the very best you can. Can you imagine that that song was written 45 years ago, and it says the world won't get no better if we just let it be. The world won't get no better. You got to change it. We got to change it. Just you and me. Yeah. I'm going to put the link in that for that song in the thread today. And I'm inviting you to go back to listen to it and to watch the video attached to it, because it was written 45 years ago, but it's about today. So I want to say, welcome to Mindful Monday. That's our lesson today, mindfulness. You know, I love the word possibility. It comes from the Latin word, possibiletum. Ooh, that sounds sexy. And it means the condition of being possible. So when I think about mindfulness as a possibility and the possibilities present in mindfulness, I get excited. So I want to start here. Let me just give you a little bit of information, okay? Mindfulness really holds intense possibilities for who we are and what we offer to the world. Mindfulness offers us the possibility, listen, of freedom and joy and loving kindness for ourselves, within ourselves, and between ourselves. So you might say freedom. Freedom from what? Freedom from reactivity. Reacting to everything that comes into your experience that sends you into the rabbit hole of toxic thoughts, the grooves that Pema Chodron was speaking about. Freedom from those feelings that get anchored in your body based on the toxic thoughts. Joy. Joy about what? Joy about life and living. Joy about who you are and how you be and how you can be if you could just experience freedom from the terroristic threats in your own mind. And imagine loving kindness towards yourself and all others all the time. All of this is possible when we learn to live mindfully and tune in and turn within. Mindfulness offers us the possibility of being present and aware of our minds, our hearts, and our bodies in the present moment, which is where we meet the possibility to create the future rather than being in the present moment, languishing about the past hurt and trauma, or anticipating a fear-based future that hasn't yet been created. Mindfulness. It's the possibility of being present in your mind and thoughts, knowing the thoughts that occupy your mind moment by moment by moment by moment, and knowing which thoughts you choose to engage and which ones you can just observe and release. Mindfulness. You can have a thought and observe it without reacting to it or attaching to it. That is possible with mindfulness. So on this Mindfulness Monday, I'm offering that we consider mindfulness as a possibility that can help us see and find a mental, emotional, and spiritual experience of freedom and peace. Okay? Take a breath. So let's make this brief inquiry. What am I talking about when I say mindfulness? Just what the heck am I talking about? Okay? Listen. Mindfulness is a practice of paying attention in a particular way that leads to a greater awareness and appreciation of who you are, how you feel, and where you are in the present moment. Okay? Mindfulness is also a specific meditative practice of purposely focusing your attention on the present moment and accepting it without judgment or the need to change anything. Because soon as something happens in our mind, we think we need to change it. But mindfulness is a conscious act of tuning in and turning within. All right? Mindfulness is also a tool. It's a tool of self-regulation. You see, through the practice of mindfulness, we're able to regulate our attention so that it's maintained and sustained in the present moment, the same moment we are in right here and now, because we spend so much time rehearsing the past or anticipating the future that we're not present with what we're thinking and feeling right now, and then it gets bottled up, and the next thing you know, we're worried, we're anxious, and we don't even know why. Okay? Finally, mindfulness is an experience of the present right now moment that brings you into a deeper awareness of what you're thinking, feeling, with some compassion that enables you to be present wherever you are without fear or anxiety or judgment. Okay? So let me summarize that for you, because I know that's a lot. What is mindfulness? It's a practice, a specific meditative practice. It's a tool that can free you from habitual thoughts and behaviors and reactions to what's going on around you because it turns you within. What is mindfulness? It's an experience of seeing yourself and everything and everyone differently, which opens the possibility of creating a new way of being. Let's take a breath. I don't know if you saw the spiritual spa last night with myself and Dr. Jess Clemens and Tina Lifford, but she's clearly a mindfulness practitioner. And I want to share with you just a quick story about the beauty and power of mindfulness as a specific meditative tool and as an experience and a practice, okay? One day, several years ago, my manager asked me to send him the covers of all of my books. And as soon as I heard it, I went into a panic. You know how you hear something and it makes your heart jump? I had to ask myself, well, do I even have all the covers of my books? And if I have them, do I know where they're located? You know? So I said to myself, no and no. So I asked him, give me a few hours and I'll get it for you. And in my mind, you know, it was just something else I had to do. Somebody had asked me something else, and I had something else to do. And I had no idea in that moment that I was going nosedive into a very deep healing. Anyway, I got what I learned to call my bestest and goodest friend, Professor Google. Because Professor Google will get you anything you want, specifically Professor Google images. So I did a quick search of my name, and bam, there they were, laid out before me. The covers of 14 or 15 books that I had written. Now, because it was just something I had to do, I clicked on them one by one on the covers so I could copy them, download them, and put them somewhere. Put them on another thing so I could get them to him, okay? Because I was ashamed to tell him I didn't even have them. And just as I was about to cut and paste the third one, I stopped long enough to read all of the commentary. Number 1, New York Times best-selling. Nearly 1 million copies in print. Internationally acclaimed resource for spiritual guidance. A very powerful book. 20th anniversary edition. A classic resource for women. A prayer book with a therapeutic underpinning. This is what I'm reading, right? The scientific theory of neuroplasticity offered with compassion from a spiritual perspective. Carefronting me on the screen was evidence of how absent I had been from my life and myself. I had never seen the library of my work gathered in one place. I had never stopped long enough to take in all that had been birthed through me. The colors, the pages, the millions of people who held me and my work and my ministry with such high regard, and I had never even noticed it, okay? Not only had I not been paying attention, I had been presently absent, so busy doing what needed to be done, so busy reaching out, so busy running and rushing and grabbing and clinging and clutching to the outside, that I had become totally disconnected from my own internal landscape. And that didn't mean I wasn't doing good work. You see, most of my life had been a story of what should and should not be, of what I should and should not do, what others should and should not be or do. And it was in that moment that I realized that I had been living mindlessly, habitually, reactively. And in that moment, that's when I put my head down on my desk and just wept. I wept. because I had missed my life. You know, I read something on the internet that said, to the degree that you are attached to what should be or how it should be, that determines how much you will suffer. I had been living a life and suffering and didn't even know it. Enter stage right, mindfulness, as a practice, as a tool, as an experience for me. Mindfulness meditation, the practice of mindfulness meditation, mindful breathing, taught me how to pay loving attention and how to give loving awareness, to focus on my present moment, because I had become so attached, so very judgmental of myself and everything else, that I was suffering and didn't even know it. And it was these harsh judgments of gotta do, can't do, need to do, you should do. It was these harsh judgments of what I had to do, and the striving ambition to get everything done, and the fear of what would happen if I didn't get it done. Those things made me absent from my own life and contributed to my suffering. So listen, mindfulness for me became a tool that I engaged in order to be present moment by moment and observe moment by moment without attachment to an outcome, to be present to the landscape of my mind, my body, and my spirit. And I'm so proud to say that back then I was a hot mess. I'm proud to say that as a demonstration of the result of my mindfulness practice. I was able to release self-judgment, which opened my heart and my mind to the vastness of my own life and life in general. Life is vast, but we're so stuck, okay? So on this Mindfulness Monday, I'm inviting you to consider the practice, the tool, and the experience of mindfulness as a path out of the hysteria of the world, the fear of the virus. Mindfulness as a deeper connection with yourself that will help you see yourself, see everything differently, and open your mind to the possibility of creating a very different future for yourself and for those around you. Mindfulness, it's a practice, it's a tool. So I know I've been yakking a long time this morning, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 links in the thread for you to consider, okay? One link is an exercise in mindfulness of breath. It's about 5 minutes long, it's on YouTube, okay? And the other link is about the practice of mindfulness meditation to release fear and anxiety. And it's also about 5 minutes. So I'm going to put those 2 links at the top of the thread so that you can go and explore it for yourself. Now, if you're new to the concept or practice of mindfulness, I really invite you, encourage you to take 10 minutes out of today and turn all of your attention to these 2 practices. And if you're well versed in the practice of mindfulness, then I just invite you to join with me today in the practice of mindfulness all day long. To be mindful of what you are thinking, to be mindful of what you are feeling and of what you are doing, to be mindful of the energy that you're contributing out to the world. Today is Mindful Monday, and let us come present to this right now moment so that we can, we're going to just start to be different, to see ourselves different, to see the world different. You know, I notice even in every morning when I come here, when we come together, you know, there's a little thing up there that tells you how many people are there. And I notice how people can't stay with anything. We start out with one number, and I watch the number go up and down and up and down. And I know people have to go to work, and they're moving, but we went from 12 minutes to 30 minutes over the course of these 20 days. But I see it all the time. We are all over the place. Could you just be right here, right now? Be mindful of your thoughts right now. Be mindful of your energy right now, because remember, in welcoming the unwelcome, it's what we do now that creates our future. So if we're judging now, and if we're fearing now, and if we're anxious now, and we're traumatized now, that's going to show up in the future. We are sitting right now in the world, in the future that we created along the way. Okay? Mindfulness. Just be mindful. If you're raising your voice, be mindful. If you're struck, be mindful. Remember? And our affirmation, above all else, I want to see things differently. So let's not see this as we're all home because the virus is out there. Let's see this as this is time for me to get clear, to get strong, to get present. All right? Okay, so what do I have for the children today? I'm also going to put in the link a thing called the raisin exercise. Yeah, I want you to download it and practice it today, all right? And that's the same thing that I have for the children. It's called the raisin exercise. There's a link in the thread. We'll put it there. And it's something that you can use to calm the children down. So many of them are confused, and some of them are frightened, and we don't know what's going on, so it's hard to tell them. All of them are bored, and then they're stuck in whatever their little minds are conjuring up. But I think the raisin exercise will support you and them in getting in touch with themselves and their thoughts and their feelings. Now, if you don't have a raisin to do the exercise, you can use a slice of an orange or an apple or a piece of cereal. It's right there in the list. So when we put the link up, go download the raisin exercise, and you will read about the exercise and how you can do it with children, okay? And get them a little calmed down today, all right? And get them to use words to describe what they're feeling. Please don't, I'm bad, I'm scared. Those are good, but get them to use words, all right? For the big people today, be mindful, be mindful. Be mindful of every thought, every feeling, every action. Be mindful of your breathing. Be mindful of your speaking. Tune within and come home to yourself today. I'm telling you, half my life went by and I wasn't even there. Many of us are home, but the lights ain't on, okay? We're racing and running into the future. When can we go out again? When am I going to get back to the office? When can we get back to normal? Back to normal. Our normal is not natural. It may be normal for us in this 21st century, but it is not supportive of a natural, open, receptive mind and way of being. So, big people, turn within. Be mindful. Mindfulness is a particular way of pay attention to what's going on, okay? And we breathe. So last week I told you I was going to give away some things this week, so I'm going to do that today. And the way we pick our winners is we just pick from the thread. So, all those people that come and go, sometimes they win, but because they're gone, they don't get it. So, I got to open my computer so I can see who my winner is, all right? Yeah, we just pick people from the thread, all right? And we start early. We start like within the first 10 or 15 minutes of the broadcast. And then we pick people from the thread. And I swear half the people that we picked last week didn't get their gift because they come and they go. They come and they go. They come and they go. And again, I know people have to go to work, but it's also that we're so busy and we're not mindful. All right? So let me tell you some of the stuff that I found that I'm going to give away. I'm going to give away some today. I'm going to give away some tomorrow. So, if you're here and you come in early, we just pull your name from the thread. So hopefully you'll be here at the end, because I have 2 I Am Love kits from last week to give away this week, and I'm going to do them. All right. Here we go. Donna Mason, I got your email. So let me tell you what I have. All right. I've got 3 of my books. Peace from Broken Pieces, Until Today. All right. Which is the Bible. Personal Bible. Please. That's not the Bible. It's a personal Bible. And Get Over It, Thought Therapy for Dealing with the Hard Times. Now, the thing is, I don't know why I signed these, but these are signed, okay? I signed them, I must have signed them for something, because if y'all know me, you know I don't sign books anymore. So I have these 3 books that I'm going to give away today, and they're signed. So if you win, I'm going to call your name. If you win, just send me an email, Iyanla@Iyanla.com, and just put book winner in the subject line so that we can find you from among the thousands of emails I'm getting. Thousands of emails I'm getting. Book winner. And this is going to Fatih Rasoli. Fatih, F-A-T-T-I. Rasoli. You're getting 3 books that are signed. They're not personalized, because for me, everybody is beloved. Okay? So if you have these already, you can always gift them, because everybody wants a signed Iyanla Vanzant book, right? So that's my first gift. Then I was downstairs and I found I don't know if you all know that I have a whole line of t-shirts. No, because I'm very bad at selling and advertising, so you probably don't know. But I found 2 t-shirts that I'm going to give up, okay? Give away. One says, Forgive Everybody for Everything, okay? That's a t-shirt. And this is a size large. So if you are a size large. Now let me tell you about these t-shirts. They're made with cotton and silk in Indonesia by a father and his 3 children. He taught them how to sew after his wife died. He was a tailor, and so he taught them how to sew. And they have this business, and they do sewing and embroidering and everything. So this is a size large. If you're a size large, come into the thread and say, ooh, I'm a size large. Who wants to confess that they're a size large? And I'm going to send you a... Yes, I'm going to put up all the things for the exercises, okay? You have to wait till we finish and we'll put it in the thread. I don't understand. You're asking for what you've already been given. That's strange to me, all right? Anybody wear size large and want a t-shirt that says Forgive Everybody for Everything with my signature? A lot. All right, I'm going to count to 3. And the next name I see, if you're a size large. Fatih Rasoli, yeah, you're grateful, good. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Lynn Beal, okay? Lynn Beal, you win Forgive Everybody for Everything. I have more, don't get worried. I tell you I'm going to give it away all week, okay? So I have more. Lynn Beal got this one. Forgive Everybody for Everything. Maybe one day I'll show you all how I cut my t-shirts up. All right? Now, I have, let's see who's going to claim this one, okay? I have an extra large. They were in the box by the door. I don't know why. And this one says, Purpose is a passion, not a job. Purpose is a passion, not a job. And this one is an extra large. So, anybody wear extra large? You want to own that? You want to own that you wear an extra large? I'm going to count to 3, and I'll put this in the thread. All right? Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. I don't say Maria Flores. You're going to get passion as a purpose. And even if it's too big, belt it and cut the thing down and wear it off your one shoulder. You can do that. Okay, Maria Flores and I forgot who the other person was. Send me an email to Iyanla@Iyanla.com and put t-shirt winner in the thread. You can find these on the Masterpiece website. Please forgive me. I'm such a bad advertiser. Self-promotion is really hard for me. So I forgot. But on the Masterpiece Body Therapy website, you can get all of the t-shirts. There's one, my favorite, that says "Stay Lit." Okay? Stay lit. And I don't mean with the happy flowers. I don't mean that. I mean stay lit inside. So there's Stay Lit. There's Life is an Act of Faith. We got red shirts, white shirts, black shirts. Most of them are white because that's what we want to bring in, okay? I'm sorry, Sharonda. I'll have some more this week, all right? Okay, so we got the books going to whoever they're going to, because I forgot. And we have the shirts. And you got your work to do. I'm going to put the link for mindfulness breathing, the link for mindfulness meditation to release fear and anxiety. I'm going to put the link for the raisin exercise for the children. I'm going to put the link to Wake Up Everybody because there's one, the full-length one with the video. I'm going to put the link to that so you don't have to look for it. I'm going to put that there. Today I'm going to edit down the video. Greg is doing the music. Okay, so I'm going to do that today, and I'm going to be mindful today, all right? I'm going to be mindful. So don't forget winners. You can go to Iyanla@Iyanla.com and send me your name. Put t-shirt winner in the subject line. I'm just looking to make sure that I did everything. Did y'all notice that the mail is running slower than usual? Is it just me? Okay, I mean, I'm okay. We're not like I got somewhere to go. And I bless the postal workers. But I sent somebody something, took them a week to get it. So I just wanted to make sure it wasn't me because I live out in the bushes. All right, finally, I want to ask you to do me a favor because my team and I have gotten so many requests from people about the links to these daily gatherings. If you would do me a favor and share with your friends and family so that they don't have to write us for the link. I don't know why they need the link from us. You can find it on Facebook. But also if you would share a good word with somebody, that'll be a good thing, right? So we're inviting more minds into the consciousness. Now, I have to confess, I don't know what that means. Share the Facebook. I don't know what that means. But if you know what it means, please do that. Oh, I'm going to get it together, okay? Now, for our closing today, I'm again turning to music. I've been listening to music all weekend. And I want to share the lyrics of a song presented to the world by Pastor Donnie McClurkin. And you may want to take a trip over to YouTube and watch them perform this song. But for our closing today, I want to share these love-filled, mindful words with you. So breathe with me. Great is your mercy towards me. Your loving kindness towards me. Your tender mercies I see day after day. Forever faithful towards me. You're always providing for me. Great is your mercy. Great is your grace. May we be mindful of the Creator's love and kindness and mercy for the rest of this day. Great it is. And we breathe. Deep bow to us all. Deep bow. Have a great, great mindful day so that you may see yourself and all things differently. Bye.